Hi everybody, and welcome to the Tracy Ford channel. We are continuing with our series about spirit animals, and today we are going to talk about the white owl. The picture that you saw has been credited. I got it off of a blog that I read, and the information is also referenced at the end of this video. As always, proper credit is always given. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the significance of the white owl so that you can understand what it looks like if you have a white owl spirit animal. So if you recognize this to be a part of your spiritual world, what does that mean and what does that look like? So as we explore the meaning of this animal and this animal totem and this animal spirit, always remember to look at the references that I provide, and this is also linked to my blog, so you can get on there and click and look and see what you can find on your own. The owl is generally associated with a feminine energy, so it's also symbolic of the moon. So if you are familiar with Wicca or paganism, the triple moon goddess is seen as the ultimate goddess. She is opposite the god. She is the feminine energy that created the earth, and she is the moon because she waxes and she wanes. You have the maiden, the mother, and the crone. And the owl embodies this through the feminine energy that it projects. These birds are also about magic as well as prophecy and wisdom. The owl totem allows you to extract secrets. So if this owl is perched firmly on your shoulder as a spirit animal, you can probably see through people's bullcrap. For lack of a better term, it's the lasso, or the lack of a better statement, it's the lasso of truth. So you can see through things. You have the ability to see through the muck and see the truth of the matter. And you are getting that energy or getting that ability sometimes through this animal totem. Again, I read Harris's blog a lot, and she explains that a person who is usually attracting an owl spirit animal can see what's usually hidden to most. So that basically means that you can see through the garbage. And when this spirit animal guides you, you can see true reality. You can see beyond the illusions, even if they're your own delusions and your self-deceit. This animal has the ability to cut through that. The owl also offers you inspiration as well as guidance when it's necessary for you to deeply explore the unknown in magic. So this is very essential for folks that practice magic. The white owl is very interesting. The white owl, not the owl, the white one, means that a person is growing. If this owl appears, it's a sign of growth and maturity. And it also means that knowledge is there for you to take. And through that knowledge, you can become a better person. The arrival of the owl also foreshadows change, which goes with maturity. The owl is filled with wisdom, and only through wisdom can we grow and change. To have an owl spirit animal is a huge deal. These animals thrive on intuition and truth-seeking, and the souls that are bound to these animals will be able to see through things that other people can't. Across cultures, the owl is believed to represent death, but I want to give you some hope. Death doesn't always mean physical death. Death can mean spiritual death in the fact that there's a part of you that has to die in order for you to make strides towards achievement. Also, there are some cultures that believe that the owl is a bad omen of imminent danger or death of a loved one. The Romans actually thought that an owl was on top of a building, and that's why they called it a hoot. And when it perched itself up on top of a building, it meant that death of a public figure was coming. In fact, some still believe this. Those that still practice the ancient arts and ancient religions still believe that the arrival of an owl signals death. That's not necessarily true. There's a lot of symbolism there. But if you are from one of the ancient cultures and you still study that, that is a belief system that's ingrained in you. Although many take the owl as literally meaning that someone will die again, that's not necessarily true. A pupil of mine, a person that I counsel, she has a white owl, and it's big and it's gorgeous and it grows all the time. So she feeds it well. She confirmed that she knew that the owl was her spirit animal. And oddly enough, her ability is to see the dead. She's a medium. So it's directly associated with the appearance of the owl. The owl didn't show up until she embraced the fact that she has this gift. And because the owl represents change, it stands to reason that that is why it arrived. It signaled the death of a belief system that was an old way of life or an outdated way of thinking for her. So owls usually do bring news when they do bring change. According to KimberlyMystic, which is where I actually got the photograph, owls were known as what's called psychopomps. And this is known as a spirit that guides a person from life into death. So it's an animal that deals with the underworld and transitioning. And essentially they cross over souls. That's their job. This makes sense as to why this pupil of mine has an owl spirit animal, because her job is a medium. She's learning about her gift right now. But part of that is being able to see and communicate with the dead. The fact is that owls are not something that you should be afraid of, or the arrival of an owl is not something that you should be afraid of. These are enlightened animals, and they bring enlightenment to the people that they are attached to. They bring those abilities with them, and they help you transition to a much greater self. They arrive to tell us that it's time to learn more about us, about ourselves, about the wisdom that's around us and how to grab it and take hold of it, and what we will become, as well as the role that we play in the process. So owls are significantly magical animals. If you think you have an owl as a spirit guide, again, totems, knickknacks will help you connect with that animal. And I encourage you to meditate, because you can connect with the animal that way. If you have questions, you can always email me, and there will be reference links in the description of this video. Until next time, love and light to you. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you next Friday with a brand new episode about spirit animals. Have a good one.